Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play some more Super Mario 64! In the last episode, we got the key to the basement, and now we're gonna go to the basement. So here we go. Unlocking the door for the first time. And we have entered a new area of the castle, the basement, so let's take a look around. So, we got this star door over here, which I think we already have enough stars to open it, but as you know me, my OCD says we have to do the missions in order, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Come through this door here, and I think there's actually a bunny we have to catch. Yep, you gotta catch the bunny. Which I'm gonna do now because, I'm gonna do the bunny now because, he is a pain in the ass to catch. And I think you have to catch him twice, so this is gonna be sped up, I can tell you, because I fail miserably at catching this damn bunny. Alright, finally, and basically in Japanese, he's just saying, "Hey, let me go, asshole!" So go ahead and collect our star from him. Here we go! Alright, now one thing I did want to point out, and this really won't be part of the episode, but just a good speedrunning tactic, if you're interested in doing a 16-star speed run of Mario 64. So I was going to show you guys how to do the Mips clip, or in my case, how to feed the bunny through the door. Basically, you just walk up with the bunny like this, place the... I had it. I just had it. Come on. Alright, but basically what you do... basically what you do is you run up against this corner of the door like this, and then, as you see, Mario pops up inside the door. So you want to crouch like so, turn Mario around, pick up the bunny. What? Okay, apparently you're not supposed to jump, but whatever. Oh, and yeah, if you hit the arrow keys, you'll pop out of the door. But you got the point. Basically, you feed the bunny through the door, and then you get him to the other side. Okay, that's not pertinent. I'll show you that glitch later. In the glitch at the end of this episode, there will be a funny deaths video and a glitches episode. So I'll save that for the end of the recording. Anyways, one thing I didn't know as a kid was this little room in here was flooded with water. And there are these two pillars here. Well, they're not really pillars because they're just, you know, little island blocks. But as a kid, I never knew. Sometimes I'd go into this to a Super Mario 64 file, and the moat would be drained, and sometimes it wouldn't be. I always wondered why the moat was drained sometimes, and how sometimes it wasn't. At first, I thought it was just part of the game that sometimes it was drained and sometimes it wasn't. But then I did this one day. And the pillars made the moat drain. I like that sound when Mario hits his head and he falls down, because it kind of sounds like, because when I was a kid I used to associate that with the word gajillion. So I used to go gajillion, and sometimes I would say, "Mario, stop gajillioning," when he kept hitting his head. Anyways, so we've got this new hole here, and this is for our next cap, the Vanish cap. So we're gonna go ahead and get the 8 red coins. Basically, it's not that hard. Just go ahead and get this one up here. Basically, all you gotta do is jump down and get the red coins like so. There's only 4 on the slide. And once you get all 4 on the slide, and I keep forgetting to turn the volume down. Hang on 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. There we go. Hopefully now you can hear my commentary. I don't know why, but every time before the LP I forget to turn the volume down, and it's just a big hassle. Because then you can't hear the commentary at all. This coin here. Oh crap. That wasn't quick enough. Yeah, the good news is in these cap levels is if you do fall, you don't die. Well, I mean, you kind of die and you kind of don't die. Like, you die in terms of you know, you get pushed out of the level, but you don't lose a life, which I find kind of strange. And, oh god, camera, please don't screw me over. That is one thing I don't like about Super Mario 64, is its awful camera. But, without further ado, we now have the Vanish cap, so we can collect our star. Here we go! Now, with that star collected, we can now do a mission that we could not do before, which is in Big Boo's Haunt. Or, as I like to call it, Big Boo's Haunt. Anyways, I will meet you guys there once I get there, and Gajillion! If Mario would stop Gajillion-ding. See you guys there. Okay, so Mission 6 we could not do before because we needed the Vanish cap. We now have the Vanish cap, so we are now able to do Mission 6. And in the English version, for those of you who are curious, this is called Eye to Eye in the Secret Room. Now, how is this mission achieved? Well, watch me and you shall find out. So just kill the books here, the monster books. And we will come over here and grab the Vanish cap. This could take several attempts since I'm doing it on an emulator. On the actual Nintendo 64 system, it's actually not that difficult. But just like, we're basically going where we did for, to do Big Boo's balcony. We go up here by doing a diagonal wall jump. Let's do a regular long jump, and then voila! We can go right to the painting. Should probably kill this Boo first. He can get very annoying when you're trying to kill the big eye. But basically, you just kill him like a normal eyeball, and instead of turning into a blue coin, he turns into a star that we can collect. Dun 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 dun. Here we go! Alright, course 6, which is Hazy Maze Cave, or as I always called it, Hazy Maze Cave. Basically this was kind of one of my favorite levels and kind of not one of my favorite levels as a kid. I should have shown the entrance to the level, but of course, you know, to save time I cut that out. How lazy was that? Oh, and I'm going the wrong way. I'm already skipping ahead. What am I doing? Before we, because I mean, I'm sorry about this, but for this episode, one thing I wanted to do was collect the last 2 caps in this episode. Oh, and by the way, there's actually a little trick you can do here. I'll show you the Nintendo intended way, and then I'll show you the little trick. But basically, let me see if I can get it on the first time here. Basically, if you jump high enough here, if you do a backwards wall jump, and then jump over at the right time, what you can do is it'll actually send, yeah, there we go. It'll send you over the wall, and you can skip the entire boulder area and the long elevator ride down here into the cavern. And it's a really good speedrunning tactic, actually. Now, you want to make sure you do it at that exact corner, because if you do it anywhere else, you'll die. You'll just fall into oblivion and die. So, yeah, be sure to do it, you know, just like I did, and you can skip the tediously long elevator ride down here. How about them apples? Next, there's this big blue dragon. Well, I guess the game called it a dragon, but basically the name is Dory. It's like a water beast or something, hence the name, because the first mission's called Swimming Beast in the Cavern. But that's the beast they're talking about. Basically, you butt stomp on her back, and you will be able to get on her head and steer her wherever you want. Alright, I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyways, this is the Metal Cap. Yeah, Metal Mario. One of my favorite power-ups in Mario 64. But anyways, with Metal Mario, basically you're invincible to damage, and you can also walk underwater. So there's our message just asking us if we want to save. Yes, we do. And as with any cap stage, there's always a share of 8 red coin missions. So the last 4 coins are under here. Hear me? I don't know why, but I kind of like the sound it makes when you get a red coin in the Japanese version better than in the English version. I just like the sound difference in the Japanese. The one thing I don't like about the Japanese version is that a lot of the sound effects are missing, but whatever, that's the secret Metal Cap star, so I think we have time to go back into Hazy Maze Cave and do the first mission, because that actually was not the first mission. That was a secret mission within Hazy Maze Cave. That again, as a kid, I had no idea how to get to it, because you know, usually when you went up to a transparent cap box, there would be a sign next to it, and it would say something like step on the switches to activate the caps. And as a kid, I never knew what they meant by step on the switches. So, you know, I was clueless. I had no idea what they meant by these switches until about, because the game came out in 1996, and I remember, you know, my dad liked this game, or my dad and because my great uncle was a computer engineer. He was a computer genius. He was, I guess, the Bill Gates before. But anyways, he was a computer genius. He used to work for Hewlett Packard, and he used to love figuring stuff out in games like this. Well, back in the year 2000, he went for a new millennium gift to me, even though 2000 was really the last year of the 20th century and the last year of the second millennium. You know, even though it was the prelude to the new millennium, basically, he wanted to figure out what these switches were. And believe it or not, folks, Super Mario 64 tutorials were available even back then, 14 years ago, on good old dial-up internet and AOL, where you had to listen to that annoying sound every time you wanted to get on the internet. You couldn't get on the phone, and you couldn't be on the phone and on the internet at the same time. And when you were downloading a large file and your sister picked up the phone to call her boyfriend, you'd be pretty pissed off, because you'd be downloading a 12 megabyte file, and then all of a sudden the download would fail because your sister picked up the phone. And I'm sure back in the 90s, people were saying, "Mom, get off the phone! I'm trying to use the internet." It's funny, because even though I was a really little kid when dial-up was still being used, you know, in the United States, I still remember the sound it made when you connected. It was like, and then it sounded like, and then there were just these random noises. It sounded like a spaceship blasting off into space almost. And because I remember in tech class today. I don't know if I told you about the, well, there's since this episode's going to be a little longer, I can tell you about it. But in the training videos for my what's it called, tech class, there's one of the trainers is named Rob Tracy, and it's a very, very common name, but basically he's creepy as hell. You pause at certain point, you know, his eyes are just, you know, wide open, and it's just so freaking creepy. My friends and I always talk about, you know, dreaming of Rob Tracy and him coming to haunt our dreams. Our childhood's forever haunted, and another parental interruption has to take place, of course. But, oh, now that's my dad probably wondering if I did my homework, but I'm in the middle of a recording, so I'll have to get back to him later. Sorry about that. Yeah? What's wrong? Well, thanks to the parental interruption, I got killed by a spider. Because my dad forced me to pause the game, and so I died. Thanks, Dad. Anyways, let's go ahead and try this again. I'll just do the 100 coins for now, and hopefully not die due to another parental interruption. Don't you just love it when you're doing an LP, and then your parents have to come in and bother you, and then you die, and then you end up dead? Isn't that just fun? Because now I gotta go through all this BS again. So I'll probably speed this footage up. What? What? I just flew into oblivion. Okay, finally, now that we haven't died a million times, got the 100 coins star. That's why Hazy Maze Cave was not one of my favorite levels, because of the dreaded 100 coin mission in it. It is very difficult to get 100 coins in it, and every time you fall off the elevator, you gotta wait for it to respawn and then start all over again. This is not like the 100 coins where if you fall down the butt crap hole, which isn't really the black hole, but I call it the butt crap hole because, well, that's what my dad used to call it when I was well, at least when he was with his beer drinking buddies and they got drunk, he would call it the butt crap hole. He'd say, "Don't go down the butt crap hole or Mario's gonna die." Yeah, oh god damn it, not again. At least they didn't put a pit here, so at least they didn't make it so that if you fell off the elevator that you died. Because I remember I saw a SM64, I saw a ROM hack of this game where basically they took this entire level and it was pretty much the same except they took the floor out. Like there was no floor, and if you fell off the elevator, you died. Imagine doing this level with no floor, and how tedious that would be. You know, doing this with no floor, and if you fall off the elevator, you die. I couldn't imagine doing it that way, but I guess some people are up to the challenge. It's getting ridiculous, though. I'm already up to 28 minutes. Most of the footage will probably be cut. The deaths, I'll definitely, you know, the failed attempts at the 100 coins here, I'm definitely gonna cut those out. As far as the successful attempt at the 100 coins, I'll keep that in, but speed it up most likely. Oh, and one thing you want to be careful of with here is, I remember once I was very low on health, and I was so close to getting all the red coins, and then the stupid bat killed me. Yep, I got killed by a freaking bat. Alright, so I just wanted to get this level done because, or at least the start, because it takes so long to do the dang 100 coins in this level. Alright, so that's it for this video. I will see you guys in the next part, and hopefully we won't fail. See you then.